Hi, it's Bill the Handyman up here in Northern California. How you doing? So today we're looking at a Kenmore Whirlpool dryer. And the situation is basically no heat. So I'm in a process of elimination right now. Normally the motor switch is not a problem. The motor switch basically turns the heat element on, but normally that's not a problem. Normally the problem is right here with this thing, but basically I've checked that. We have continuity, so that's good. And I left that out of the circuit while I checked this. And I've checked the thermostat. This one's got a thermostat sort of built into the heater. Check the thermostat and the heating element for continuity, and we have continuity there. Also check this high limit cutoff. This is a one-time cutoff. When it goes, it's gone. This one here normally resets. It'll reset itself after it cools down. Same with this one. Normally I don't have any problem with these thermostats here. But so we've eliminated that, the heat element, and that thermostat, and this part of the circuit right here. And normally the motor switch inside on the other front, you have to take the front panel to get to the motor switch. Normally that's not a problem on these models. Some of the older Westinghouse models tend to fry some of the connections near the terminals. And very seldom was it actually the motor switch. So the next thing is going to be the timer. So I'm going to take the timer out and recondition the timer. So there's a little disclaimer for you. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's the back of the timer console. Normally these boards here don't give me any problem. I've actually never had to replace these boards. Always check your connections, make sure everything's nice and tight. And so here is your schematic diagram for troubleshooting in case you can't see it. This timer here I think is something I can normally rebuild. So that just comes off like that, and it's removed from the back. So we remove these two screws here on each side. Okay, so here's the timer, and I'm leaving it connected. Normally it's not a problem because these wiring harnesses are sort of geared to the setup of the connections. But if you look inside here, you'll see that set of points. There's a set of points right there that looks a little bit burnt. Not too bad. And then we have this one here, looks a little burnt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of fine, very fine, finest I could find, sandpaper, and touch those points up. See what we can do. And so when I'm taking these things apart, on this particular one, I'm sort of holding everything in place. So I'm not letting it fall apart. I'm not taking it apart because it might be tricky to get it back all together. So I'm just going to leave it kind of where it is. I've already cleaned up the points a little bit. What I've done now, after I clean up the points, is I've closed the tolerances a little bit on the points. So on that one I've closed them a little bit, and then on that one there I closed the tolerances in. Basically just bend the tang in a little bit so that it comes a little bit closer to the place where it's supposed to be. Okay, so here's something I don't normally do, but since this is a video I'm going to go through it. So basically no heat situation. No heat down here. Household fuse blown. Supply line valve open. Supply line valve open for gas dryers. Okay, so that means basically the valve is shut. Is the way I interpret it. Incorrect power supply. Normally if the dryer runs, it'll run and the power supply is good. Okay, clothes are not drying satisfactory, takes too long. Lint clogged, okay. Load too large. Exhaust vent hood clogged. Lint restricting. Fabric softener sheets blocking the grill. I've seen that happen. Exhaust vent not the correct length, so check the exhaust vent if it's too long. There's a whole mathematical figure that goes along with the exhaust venting and the air in the room, so you have to follow that, especially if you're running commercial units. Exhaust vent diameter not correct size. Dryer located within a room temperature below 45 degrees. Dryer located in a closet without adequate openings. So meaning you need ventilation for your machine. It's like a big, sort of like a big vacuum. It's always sucking air and blowing. So basically it sucks through the back and through the front of the machine and then blows out the vent. Okay, so unusual sounds. If the dryer is set too long, basically what will happen is the belt will form a kink in it where it wrapped around the motor pulley and it could make a funny noise. Again, coins or buttons, whatever, paper clips. These are something that should be taken out of your wash from the get-go. They can cause your washer major problems. Yeah, it's a funny question, but they got it listed here. So, if you have a gas dryer, now this is an electric dryer. You can see the connections here. If you have a gas dryer, it's just going to be a 110 plug that comes out. There's not going to be this setup here. It's just a 110 plug. And for some people, it may look like a 110 machine, but it's actually a gas machine. So basically, you have to plug it in, and then on the gas machines, you see on this one, it's got a little hole here for the gas pipe to come out, and you need to hook up the gas. Because if you have a gas machine, it will not just run on a 110 cord, the standard household cord. You'll have to hook up the gas. So those are a couple of tips for you. If you need any help, you can contact me at applianceworks@yahoo.com. and or call 707-445-1591. And I also have a course on how to make money in the appliance repair business, and it includes a link to over 100 repair videos and a year of business coaching. And if you're interested in that, you can contact me as well. Thanks for watching.